Hey guys, it's postboxpat. Welcome back to a new storyline slash map change video. This one is going to be a little bit different because I've actually got a spoiler for you guys regarding the ice kind of castle thing, which is located just outside of Flush, that direction where the cloud is. Now I'll show that later on in the video, but before we dig too deep into this video, I've got a few map changes to show you guys before we get to the iceberg thing, which you guys are always interested in. And also I've got something pretty interesting to talk about just quickly right now. I'm actually going to be having a few sponsors on my channel. The channel's been doing absolutely amazing recently, so I thought, you know what, we may as well reach out to a few people that want to sponsor me because it helps support me and basically financial support for the channel, so we can upgrade equipment and stuff like that and get better quality videos. So hopefully if we get a few sponsors in upcoming videos, we'll be able to do that. So that's my plans for the videos, and I hope you guys can support me with that as well. It's going to be absolutely awesome. But again, I want to shout out a few people for supporting me as a creator. You can see on screen right now. Thank you to everybody out there who's been supporting me with this. This is really going to help out, hopefully be able to upgrade my setup as well using this supporter creator code. So if you guys haven't already gone and supported me, make sure you do. If you enjoy my content and you want to show respect to my content, it would be absolutely awesome if you guys could go and do that. Do remember, I do advise only purchasing skins that you actually want to support me, rather than purchasing something maybe you're really not too into. I just think that's a better idea than purchasing something you actually want. So pick something you like and then support me as a creator when you purchase it from the item store. It works really well. I know a lot of people have been enjoying that. But yeah, that's it for the shout outs on screen right there. If you guys would like one of them, feel free to tweet me at postboxpat and I'll be sure to give you one in a upcoming video. Anyway, let's jump straight into this video and show you guys the first map change, because it's not a major one, but it's quite basic, and obviously we've been following the entire time the storyline of these, and every time they move location, I always have to keep you guys updated because so many people are interested in it. It's really interesting. I find it really interesting as well. Is now the new location of the Durr Burger and Tomato Truck. So they have now moved to Risky Reels, and the sign hasn't changed, unfortunately. I wish it did to something relating to these, but it hasn't, so that's kind of annoying. I wish the sign had changed a little bit, but oh well. So here they are, located in Risky, now selling their burgers and pizzas to all the people watching the crazy Wreck-It Ralph film, if it's still displaying. I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't think it is anymore, but if it is, you know, you guys are going to get some burgers and pizzas, if there's even anyone there. But yeah, that's it. They've moved to here. It's pretty cool. So regarding last video and what we actually talked about, if you missed it, we did mention that the location from Lazy, which was where it currently was, the trucks, they moved down this road here and end up coming to Risky. Now, my theory was by the end of season 7, something is going to happen with these two trucks at Tomato Temple. They're getting very close to it, and the road outside of Risky kind of only goes out the same exit they came in. So you can only go out the same exit. Now, they could go towards Wailing Woods if they wanted to and carry on touring the map, but doing that kind of just loses track. The road just dies. So the next location from this road is obviously Tomato Temple. And why I'm saying that is because they've come across the bridge here and they've took this left towards Risky to get some few last sales in, and now the only way they can really go following the road would be towards Tomato Temple. You can see the road leads clearly towards Tomato Temple and it ends up here, and this means that Durr Burger could do something dangerous here and even damage it or destroy it or open up some sort of new store or basically cause some sort of map change. We don't know what's going to happen, but that's my theory regarding that. Obviously, we saw Tomato Head destroy Greasy Grove's Durr Burger, so obviously maybe Durr Burger wants revenge and could end up going here and causing something to happen. The other way it could go is up this hill here across this bridge, but generally I can't imagine the trucks going through this bridge here, and it doesn't really lead to any sort of road. So it's near enough guaranteed for these two trucks to end up at Tomato Temple by the end of season 7. It's like there's no other way they can go unless they somehow teleport somewhere randomly. Now the interesting thing is we can follow the road back, the entire road back to where they originally started. You can see here, I'm following the road right now, the exact path that these would have taken. So it really does show you that there is really no other way for these to actually go. We know that they actually took the route from the it was by Junk, so they went this way up this path here on this road. You know they would have taken this route here, and then they ended up here by the motor place, and then they also were in, they weren't in Junk, but they were in Haunted in that location there, and then they carried on following the path all the way up that direct. They actually cut through and went to Pleasant at some point. I'm not too sure which road they took. I guess they could have taken this road here. That's the only one that makes it a little bit confusing confusing because the road at Pleasant doesn't really link up. But I guess they can go all the way round, and kind of, it depends which way they wanted to go. So they probably came from, actually that's it, they came from Greasy down this road, went to the football stadium, followed the road up to Pleasant, and then must have gone round the back towards them locations at the back there, towards Haunted and the little race area there. But they went to Haunted first, which makes me think maybe they took this little path which kind of doesn't follow the road. So that's the only part that's kind of a little bit confusing for me. But I guess they can still get to Haunted by the road. It's just quite an awkward one to get to. Like, you've only really got this path here. But I don't really want to talk too much about this because it's kind of a little bit not really too interesting, because you guys are probably really want to get into the stuff about the castle, which we will do in 1 second. I just want to show you guys something interesting that a few people have been tweeting me on the Lazy Links golf course. It's something I mentioned in my last map change video. I talked about how Durr was sponsored all over the map. Now, people were actually saying on the Lazy Links golf course that Pete's Pizza was actually sponsored on one of these. So we've seen Durr sponsored on a few holes, and I'm pretty sure the pizza one is also sponsored on a few holes. Now, this isn't exactly a map change, but it does relate into the storyline. If I can find the exact hole for it, I will show you guys. There it is. Here we are, Uncle Pete's Pizza. We can see it there, and it's got the little clown logo there, which is actually from Save the World. So obviously this is actually probably copied in from Save the World, the bottom plank there, but we can see that at least there is a sponsor somewhere on the map supporting Tomato, or Team Pizza, or Team Tomato, whatever you want to call yourselves. It's awesome to see that, because we finally got that. But anyway, guys, let me show you this, because I know a lot of you are probably dying for this, and I've really been kind of digging deep into the storyline regarding this. This is actually a video that I found on Reddit. Now, credit down below for this one, because it is an interesting one. I will link it down below, the credit source. But yeah, you can see here on screen right now, this is the footage from the actual ice castle. Someone has actually glitched themselves outside of the map to show you guys some footage. You can see by the looks of it, we have a few ice blocks around the map, and it looks like maybe them iceberg type things could end up coming closer to the island. And then the rest of it is kind of one huge iceberg with a castle mounted on the top of it, which is really interesting. So I'm really excited for this, and I guess it kind of leads into the future of Fortnite. With Season 7 coming to an end, with only now maybe 5 or 6 days left, one thing to note about this castle is the iceberg won't be visible or accessible this season because you can't collide with it. And when he says you can't collide with it, what that means is, like, you know, when you go to the mountains, like the terrain in this, for example, new items that are added in, you can't go inside them. So for example, this ruined area was added in Season 6. You can't go inside of it. So that won't be being added in this season. So we can't see the iceberg from, according to this leak, actually ending up on the island by the end of this season, which is absolutely amazing information, because it kind of tells us Season 7 is going to have a few icebergs around the map, and even potentially this new location, which is actually rumored to actually appear next to Flush Factory. It's a perfect spot for it, because when you look at the map, or in general, like the Fortnite map, this bottom left corner is a huge empty space, and a little iceberg kind of sticking on the edge here. I personally think this would be the best spot for it, where I am right now, will fit in perfect for this. I definitely think that this will absolutely stand out, and so many people in the community will be happy to have a new location in this section. Now, if we take a little look at the actual iceberg right now at its current state, we do have a few things of it which are pretty interesting. You can actually look at it, and you can start to actually make out where the icebergs are appearing. If you look really closely, you can now actually see the frozen sea, should I say, really, coming closer and closer. So that never used to be there, so it is developing. As you guys can see, when you generally look at the cloud, you can see all the ice in that, like I just said, but also the cloud has increased massively compared to previous weeks, which is absolutely insane, and basically tells us that Season 7 is near enough 100% confirmed to be that snowy, Christmassy, icy theme. Now, there has been a few debates online, and I actually saw this as a leak. It was actually confirmed that it was just a glitch with Google Translate. People were actually translating Snobby Shores to be Snowy Shores on the Korean servers, which is not the case. It just glitches out on like Google Translate and looks like it is Snowy Shores, but really it is still Snobby Shores. But the idea of that I do want to talk about a little bit, because obviously with the upcoming snow onto the map, hopefully, I don't think at all it's going to cover the entire map. I feel like it's only going to cover certain sections. I am really excited for this because, you know, these locations that are going to get covered in snow is absolutely going to be game changing because we don't understand 100% how it's going to work yet. Is every single piece of water on the map going to get frozen over? If that is the case, it would be awesome. I'd also like to see mini frozen lakes where these ruins are. I think that would be pretty awesome as well. And you could probably expect something like that because I think they're going to take like advantage of the ice feature in this update. What I mean by the ice feature, if you guys know the freeze traps, you know, when you get frozen, you skid around everywhere. Well, obviously they're probably going to take advantage of putting a lot of points on the map that are icy. Even this lake that runs through the entire map, if this was to be frozen, or river should I say, if this river was to freeze over, this would be an awesome way of traveling through the map. And a lot of people say that this zone, and to me, I believe this area on the map where you actually run through is near enough more dangerous than Tilted Towers, and that was actually, well, not exactly credited, but quoted from a tweet that I've seen, or many people tweeting about that this location is more scary than Tilted Towers, and sometimes it is. Crossing this lower, like, half of the map, you just don't know where anyone is, and you look at the height around you, and it is generally quite a scary location to cross. So I believe if they covered this with kind of ice or a frozen lake or something, it would be awesome. And like I said last video, which I do want to mention again because I don't know if everyone's heard me mention this, it's a pretty interesting concept, but Leaky Lake is the perfect shape to make it frozen. It's just perfect. You've got a mixture of like frozen sections and normal terrain, and I just think that lake being frozen over is a perfect design. That's probably why they've made it a little bit more like this, because freezing over Loot Lake would have been a bit boring, but this gives you the options to kind of skid around and also gives you the options to stop skidding by going on land. So it would make sense if they froze this over for Season 7, and near enough, I'd probably put a bet on them to freeze this over for Season 7. I reckon it's about a 60 to 70% chance that that's going to happen, maybe even higher, depending on if we're going to get snow on the entire map or not. We haven't had any rumours or official posts yet from Fortnite. We've had a few rumours there and then, but we've not had any official posts or any like teaser rumors from Fortnite other than in-game stuff. So I've had nothing socially, so nothing on Twitter, Facebook. I've not seen anything just yet, but we can expect that in the future. But yeah, there are so many lakes on the map to be frozen over. It would be awesome if that is the case. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. I really do hope you guys have enjoyed it. It's been a little bit of a weird one because I know there's only really been one major map change, but I just wanted to show you guys that leak and actually show you guys footage of it because it is pretty awesome. Again, credit down to the source on this one. I highly recommend going to check it out because honestly, it will give you guys kind of just a more insight to see what people are saying on Reddit. I do like to kind of credit everyone as much as I can. I do give credit every single time I use someone else's source. So if you guys want to go and check that out, go and check that out and down in the description. There is the link to the Reddit post. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you're new around here, please do stick around for daily Fortnite content. And if you're not already supporting me as a creator, go and support me as a creator and then tweet me at postboxpat to go and get a shout out in a future video. So once again, I hope you have enjoyed, and this is postboxpat signing out.